The Football Bowl subdivision requires that institutions average at least 15,000 in actual or paid attendance for home football games during a rolling 2-year period. The Bobcats averaged close to 13,000 2 years ago and a little over 15,000 last year for each home game. Joe Verschuren, Director of Ticket Sales and Operations, says he does not see the attendance requirement being an issue.
I don't think it's as much of a concern for us going into this year as it has been in the past. We expect to have at least 30,000 people at the first game of the season, and of course more than 15,000 of course for the rest of the games.
Texas State is doing a number of things to fill the newly updated 30,000 seat stadium, including sending out a mailer to 12,000 people who are associated with the university in some sort of way.
We'll try to reach as many people as we can to help promote everything that's going on with the new stadium, playing Texas Tech in the first game, our first season, playing in the WAC, so a lot for people to be excited about.
Getting students to be passionate about Texas State football has been a major issue for the university in the past. Verschuren says while the university is working with students to promote the games more, it is on the students to follow through.
It's got to be, students helping to encourage other students. Hey, we go to Texas State, we're all in this together. And, we need to be prideful about the direction that our university is going in.
Season tickets are now on sale for the upcoming season. For Bobcat Update, I'm Zach Kaditz.
What's going on at the corner of Mitchell Street and Martin Luther King Boulevard every Sunday morning at 9 isn't a church service, but you could say it's something just as spiritual.
Building this garden for the food bank is almost, I see, the most essential thing for people to be outdoors, connect with people, and talk about how we can grow really good food.
Roname lives at the apartments in front of the Dunbar Neighborhood Gardens. He and several San Marcos residents have been working since December to get these gardens ready for public use. And while heavy rains recently have provided much-needed moisture for planting, it's also brought its fair share of challenges.
Our garden area, all the beds were over there, and one of the big rains we had proved to us that that was kind of a low area, and it got really soggy in a rain and stayed soggy. We decided we had to pick up all the beds and all the dirt that we'd already put in place and move them up here uphill a little bit.
If you want to reserve a plot, you have to work a certain amount of volunteer hours each week. The place for the gardens was chosen because many people living in that area are apt to have a green thumb. It's also a low-income neighborhood, so Robertson, who's one of the founders of Sustainable San Marcos, has reserved 2 beds for the Hays County Food Bank.
We're going to have a maybe stronger dedication to growing food for the food bank. My understanding is that WIC is going to have a plot or 2 out here and kind of show their participants how to grow and cook with local ingredients and kind of work with the seasons to grow food.
The gardens use a fertilizer called Bobcat Blend, which is actually made from compost from the Texas State dining halls.
It's a work in progress, but it's a process that Robertson says has broader purposes.
It builds community. You start getting to know your neighbors, you start working with your neighbors, and that's a real team-building exercise. But you also learn a lot about gardening. There's always somebody to ask, is this a bad bug? What do I do about this weed?
For Bobcat Update, I'm Jill Amond.
With major additions being made to Bobcat Stadium, the commuter parking lot on the stadium's east side has been cut in half. Having fewer parking spots has forced a lot of commuter students to use the Coliseum parking lot instead. The Coliseum has a bus stop area, but it hasn't been used in years. That means students have to walk from the lot to campus. Though students are upset by the inconvenience, the university has no plans to make stops there at this time.
Many students who have been working lately at the San Marcos outlet malls are looking for new employment. Jobs at the outlets are often seasonal in nature, so when sales go down, there's a good chance that some employees will be let go. The Christmas season is a busy time, but the college and high school students who were hired late last year have since moved on. Retail opportunities in the San Marcos area are abundant, but may be harder to find until demand picks up again.
Funding for the Strutters Gallery at Bobcat Stadium is now complete after another donation by a Texas State alumni couple. Former Strutter Linda Fields and her husband Jerry Fields have donated another $1 million towards the completion of the gallery. University officials plan to recognize the Fields' gift by naming the gallery the Linda Gregg Fields Strutter Gallery. So far, the couple has donated more than $11 million to the university.